Oh, bloody hell. Hello, you lot. What on earth are you doing inside this toolbox? Hold on. Let me just get you. Blimey. What are you doing in there? Oh, well. I'm just having a look for some nuts and bolts and, oh yeah, come across you lot. Well, how you doing? Happy Saturday morning to you all. God, do you know what? I just had the radio on, yeah? While I was looking for those nuts and bolts for that RC car, I had the radio on. And there's something that I can't understand, so let's see what your opinions are on this, right, you lot? Because I know you lot like my opinions and things sometimes, and we like to discuss opinions in the comments section. So, it's been on the news a lot as well recently, this particular topic. And there's been some interviews which have confused the hell out of me, right? Now, it's regarding mould, black mould in rented or what are they called, housing association, houses, flats and whatnot else. I can't understand the mentality of the people that live in the houses. So let's discuss it, shall we? So, of course, all the landlords, yeah, the housing association companies, the landlords of privately rented houses and bungalows and flats should sort the problem out. There's no doubt about that. That should be sorted out, all right? Okay, there's no discrepancy there. And I know that a lot of them they just don't care and, they ignore the tenants. I understand all of that. However, when the news interview people, right, and I'm fully aware that some of them will be laying it on bloody thick. They'll be letting that mould grow on because they probably know the news crew's coming down to interview them. They probably communicated in advance, I should imagine. They won't just turn up on their doorstep. Well, maybe they do, I don't know. So they would have got ready. And they would have let the mould grow, and they would because they want it to be on TV, didn't they? They want to get a solution. They want the landlord to be forced to fix the problem, which is completely understandable. But then you get people like the woman they had on ITV News the other day. I think it was ITV, I don't know. Where she was going on about how her 2 children now have permanent lung damage, apparently, due to this black mould, right? And she's also got damage. She's already got asthma, now she's got more lung damage. Because of black mould, it can affect your health. So she's going, this house is terrible, it's ruined our lives. We now got, both my children now have permanent lung damage. There was a name that she called it, I can't remember. Permanent lung damage. And I've also got lung damage now due to this home. It's ruined our lives, right? Why the hell can't she just clean the mould? I understand. The whole point of it is that it's not her problem because she rents the house or it's housing association. I understand that. But if it's your health and your children's health is bloody hell of a lot more important than trying to get someone to fix a damp problem. Do you know what I mean? You can't afford to move out, right? So you're stuck in that one place. You've got mould growing, right? So what you do these days, by the way, I will point out that obviously the news interviewer, the news reporter, and this woman is sitting inside this woman's house, right, in a living room. It's immaculate. They're not poor. They interview these people. If they want to put a point across, go and interview a poor person that's living on a tin of beans. This person's not poor, right? The living room is immaculate. Lovely furniture, flowers in the window, massive 50-inch flat screen TV on the wall, right? Massive kitchen, all perfectly clean and tidy. Like, no, not marble, but like the granite worktops. All nice, right? They're not poor at all. And they can afford £20 for a 5-litre bottle of mould remover and a few sponges and clean that mould off. Right? They're not poor. Anyone says, I know some people that live in that situation are, but why do they interview the people that ain't? Because then it looks bad on the whole situation. Because then you get dickheads like me going, why can't she just clean the fucking mould? Look, all you got to do, right? You've complained and complained and complained. No one is doing anything. Now it's starting to affect your children's health and your health. All you got to do, go and buy. I have to get it because our bungalow gets a lot of condensation and we get mould growing in the corners and things. It's not privately rented. It's ours. So there's no landlord to go to. So I just buy this and just keep on top of the mould, man. You know, until we get a better solution. And before you lot start going on, get more ventilator, get all this bollocks. I know all of this, but we're on the topic of the mould at the moment. So she can afford a £20 bottle that'll probably last her a few weeks, right? And some sponges. All she's got to do is clean them up. Take plenty of pictures. These days, everybody's got a camera phone, right? One of these smartphones, right? Take loads of pictures with timestamps and date stamps of the mould, how it is. Yeah, videos as well. Video it. Yeah. And then take pictures of you having to get mould spray, video yourself, or get somebody, or put your phone on a tripod. You've got to put the work in and put the effort in, yeah? Videos, time stamps on the videos, date and times on the videos. Video it all. Video yourself, getting rid of the mould, yeah? Take plenty of pictures. Get the receipts of the mould spray. Take pictures of the receipts so you've got backups, so you can claim the price of the mould spray back off the landlord and say, look, I'm having to fix your bloody problem here temporarily by getting rid of this mould, so I want you to pay me for this mould remover spray, right? All of that, plenty of evidence, right? Pictures, videos, a lot, but get rid of the mould, clean it off. I understand the problem's not going to go away. One lady had a leaky shower, which was coming down and going down the downstairs wall and making it mouldy. I know that, you know, if she wanted to, why don't she just fix the leaky shower and then bill the bloody landlord for it? But that's, you know, get rid of the mould. The mould is the issue, so just get rid of it, but take plenty of evidence. Now, me not being a lawyer or not being anyone like that, I can't understand why these people would put a principle or a problem before their own health or their children's health. I mean, I can tell you for damn sure, if that was me, yeah, I would be complaining like hell like they are, yeah, to try and get it fixed by the landlord. But if the mould was there and the mould was growing, I'd be taking pictures for evidence. I'd be doing everything for evidence, yeah, videos, pictures, have friends come round, and you know, many people see it, so everybody knows how it is. You've got pictures and videos for evidence with timestamps on, yeah, it's very clear. Film all around you so that any court or landlord or judge or anybody can see that it is the same building, the same house that you're currently living in, and the state of the mould and the problem, yeah, and the fact that you've had to spend your own money repairing it, but then you obviously billed the landlord for it. But health, you know, you can move to another home, but if you've got damage from mould, permanent damage, as this lady said, and you know, it's not going to go away. You move to a nice clean home with no mould in it, you're still going to have that health problem if it's a permanent one, as the lady said. So I can't understand why these people don't get rid of the mould. I understand the poorer people, yeah, poverty does go on in England, yeah. I understand them ones probably can't afford mould spray, right? I understand all of that, and you can actually get a bottle of it like that for £1, for £1. And I must be honest, if there was anybody near me that I knew had this problem, I'd buy them mould spray. I actually would. The same as if I knew there was a young girl that couldn't afford tampons or whatever, I'd buy them for her. I mean, bloody hell. It's just, I can't understand why people don't put health first above principles and everything else. It's not hard to clean mould off. You know, spray it on. If the ones that have got the massive walls full of it, it might take a bit of effort and a bit of work to get rid of it initially. But then once you got rid of it, yeah, and then you can just keep on top of it. Once it grows back a bit in the corners, spray it, wipe it off, and it'll be gone for a little while. Well, quite more than a little while actually in some cases. But man, I just thought I'd talk to you lot about that, because it keeps coming up on the radio, it keeps coming up on the news, and when they interview these people, you know, and these people are in lovely houses, the living rooms are immaculate, lovely furniture, like I say, flowers in the windows, massive flat screen TVs on the walls, they're dressed nice, you know, they're not in a poor place where they've got stacks of stuff everywhere and they've got one tin of beans to last a week. You know, you go in their kitchen, when the camera crew go through the kitchen to go through into the room that was full of mould, you should have seen it. On this particular lady, on the kitchen worktop, there was 3 or 4 boxes of cereal. You know, there was all this food, you know, bottles of Coca-Cola all on the top there, lined up. It was neat and tidy, but I'm just saying, they were sitting on the top there. Nice big American fridge, probably full of food, who knows. You know, And you just think, well, these people aren't poor, right? So they can afford a bit of mould spray just to get rid of the mould, yeah? The initial actual health hazard, yeah? And then deal with the problem that's causing the mould, you know, later. Get the landlord to finally do that. But get rid of the bloody health hazard, for goodness sake. I mean, let's be honest. If you moved into let's think of it this way. If you moved into a new home, yeah? And there was a lion living in that home, right? You move into there, you wouldn't still live there. Well, you'd either go, if you could afford to, but if you couldn't afford to go, you wouldn't live with the lion, would you? Constant threat of him eating you at night. You know what I mean? You'd get rid of it. You'd do whatever you had to do to get the lion out. Same thing with the mould. Just get rid of the bloody mould. Anyway, that's enough, bloody. I can't understand the mentality of some people. They just want to moan about everything. They want everything to be done for them, and they don't want to... They won't look after themselves. They'd rather get themselves ill just to get someone else in trouble, yeah? You know, that person, them landlords that they're fighting now, right? They could go to prison for that, right? But these people have got permanent health problems now due to the mould. So the landlord's in prison, getting free meals, blah, 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 blah. And these people have now got permanent, lifelong problems. So they go live in a nice, clean home, still got the problems. Unbelievable. Anyway, you lot. Yeah, I'm gonna continue looking for me nuts and bolts and bits and bobs, and yeah, I've got to try and find a bolt to fit the bottom of the MP9, because on the MP9 I lost a bolt the other day, so I've got to try and find. I've got loads of them in that toolbox, so we'll have a look through there and try and find the right bolt for it. It looks like the exhaust has come loose. So I'll put that in there. Lovely jubbly. Next one to do is to get this one going. The motor in the starter box has died. It burnt out last summer. So I've got to take that motor out, have a look to see what motor it is, the sizes, dimensions, if I can't find a part number, and see if I can find one somewhere. Hopefully I'm about to find one for it, because I'd like to give this little Kyosho a little blast around this summer, do you know what I mean? It's nice little buggy. And would you call it a buggy or a truggy? I think it's a buggy, isn't it? I don't know. But I'd like to give it a little blast around this summer. And, yeah, enjoy it, really, to be honest. I think it'll be a nice one to do. Thanks for watching, you lot. And by the way, please, yeah, if you're in a situation where you're living in the situation I've just said about, and you've got mould, yeah, please, do what you want to do, but don't let your health be damaged by it, you know what I mean? Just don't let your health be damaged by it, because the landlords, nobody will care about your health. Your health is more important than anything else, alright? So, please, clean the mould off. Take pictures, evidence, pictures, videos. Just do everything you can, yeah, timestamps on the videos, the lot. As many people, friends, family, to see it as possible. You've got all the evidence you need. Yeah, and in the fact that it was damaging your health, so you had to get rid of it yourself, take it into your own hands. Yeah, I don't care. Your health is more important. It really is. I know some people might be scared, but if I do it, then the landlord will always be scared that I'll always do it. It make me always do it. Oh, man, it's just health. Just look after your health. Yeah, please. I'll catch you later on, you lot. All the best.